Today I'm going to be providing a brief update on our replacement transmission on our 2013 1.6 liter SE, our Escape. We've put in a couple thousand miles on it, and everything's going really well. So I'd like to share some of the pricing and the options that we were presented with in case your transmission's starting to go, or if you're in this same boat with it has gone and you need to figure out what to do. Because some people just say, I got to take it to the dealer and get a new transmission put in, and that's not true. That's not your only option. So when we went to two different dealers in the Central Virginia area, and they quoted around $7,500 to $7,800 to have a new transmission put in, and you'd have warranty on the work, you'd have coverage on the parts, but $7,700 is more than this car is even worth at this point. This is a 2013, has 168,000 miles on it right now. It wouldn't have been worth it. And so I was like, there's got to be another way. And so we called a couple shops in town, just local shops, not dealers. And they said, well, if you're trying to save a couple bucks, we could always use a pulled transmission from a wrecked vehicle that's still in good working order. You're going to pay for the labor to put it in, but it'll save you a couple $1,000s. And they're right. It came to about $3,800 to do that job. But the problem there is that it's still a used transmission. It is unknown as to exactly what the internals are looking like, even if it's in working order. And it still has the original design parts. There have been a lot of improvements made to some of the internal parts on these transmissions since 2013 or 2012, if you will. And so that what made me a little uneasy to still spend half the value of the car to put in a used transmission with the same problems that could still die somewhere down the road. And even if, some of it's covered by the shop, you're still going to need to pay for either another transmission or labor all over again. So I didn't feel great about that. And then we talked to the same shops, and they said you can go to the next option. You can get a remanufactured transmission, some people call it a reman, or a rebuilt transmission. And there's a difference between the two. So if you have a shop that's really good at transmissions, it means that they're going to take the transmission out of your car, they're going to crack it open, they're going to tear it all apart, they're going to make a list of every part that needs to be replaced, they're going to order all those parts, you're going to wait for those new parts to come in, they'll put it in, they'll get all the tolerancing right, they'll put it back together, they'll put it in your car, they'll get it tested. And shops are very good at this, but it takes a while. And usually you're going to pay for the labor to do that. So that's why it's even less expensive to go with a remanufactured transmission, and it's actually faster that way too. Because a remanufactured transmission means that aside from your local shop, there is another third facility somewhere else that all they do is rebuild transmissions over there, and then they test them, certify them, provide coverage and warranty on them, and they will ship those transmissions on a pallet to your local shop. Your local shop will then put that in your car. So you don't have to pay your local shop for the labor. A ready transmission will ship to that shop, and then they'll put it in your car. So we did that. That came to $5,500. It's still $2,000 or $2,200 less than what the dealers had quoted us. And we got double warranty. We got 3-year warranty on parts from the remanufactured facility and 3-year warranty on labor from our local shop. So if I'm going to put $5,500 into this car, I want to know that if I want to keep this car for 3 years, that's covered, and I don't have to worry about transmission stuff all over again. And with all the parts that were put into that transmission, you do have the improved parts. There are improved internals on this transmission, so it's supposed to last long. If someone is only quoting you the dealer price, you have options, and don't just go with the lowest tier. It's like, I understand if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford to put a used one in, and fingers crossed, hopefully that works. But I would highly recommend having a remanufactured transmission put in for the coverage and peace of mind that you get, which is why we went with the way we did. And if you have a shop that's willing to rebuild your transmission for the better price than what a remanufactured transmission costs, like, more power to you. If you have the time to wait to let them get in there and take it apart, like, that just wasn't the case with us. So if you have had your transmission replaced, what did you do? What choice did you make? Can you share in the comments how much you spent for it, just to give some more data points to people as to what to expect? Again, we're pretty happy with ours, and I just wanted to provide this update. I would recommend remanufactured, and hopefully this helps anybody else who's in a transmission pinch. So thanks for watching How to Escape. We'll see you next time.